Ninjala's gum-centric approach to combat is unlike anything you've played before, so it's understandable to feel a bit overwhelmed the first time you attempt a battle royale. Before you jump into combat, take heed of our guide to Ninjala fundamentals and you'll be well on your way to maxing out your S energy and scoring major ippons against the competition. Fact: Ninja hate staying grounded. Sure, they can do it, but they'd much prefer to be running up and along walls and dashing from rooftop to rooftop. Ninjala knows this all too well and provides its kiddie ninja cast with huge multi-layered playgrounds where they can run riot. There's absolutely nothing wrong with using your first few games simply to get your bearings and to better acquaint yourself with navigating the environment using all the tricks at your disposal. Fortunately, getting around is extremely easy. Just running into walls is enough for you to get vertical, and you'll soon get the hang of double jumping and using the dodge to zip around quickly. You've also got the Gum Dash, which costs valuable S energy but allows you to travel huge distances in a heartbeat. You should also keep an eye out for bubblegum slides, long stretches of gum that you can jump on to grind between buildings to go farther even faster. If you find that the default settings are a little too unorthodox and want something closer to a traditional action game, head to the control settings and give Type D a try. At launch, Ninjala features 12 weapons divided across 3 categories. Katanas are all-rounders, hammers are slow and smashy, and yo-yos trade power for striking range. Once you've picked a type that broadly suits your style, it's time to dig deeper into the abilities of each weapon. Because while standard attacks are the same across weapons of the same type, they each offer a different mix of special abilities. The one you'll likely use most in moment-to-moment combat is Gum Shoot, which is the projectile you create when blowing a bubble. For the Ippon Katana, it's a single-hit bubble that fires off in a straight line, while the Skate Hammer creates a gum web that causes chip damage to anyone unfortunate enough to touch it. Specials are stronger attacks managed by a cooldown system and will trigger a state change on hit, such as a stun, knockback or knockdown. Some, like the Skate Hammer's Power Buster, have a big and very obvious wind-up, but deal huge damage, while others are useful for closing the gap in an instant, such as the Yo-Yo's Yo-Yo Leap. The final consideration is Gum Ninjutsu, the most powerful attack in a ninja's arsenal. The ninjutsu gauge automatically fills at a slow pace but can be accelerated by landing hits. Once full, you're on the path to an almost guaranteed Ippon, possibly more than one if you play your gum right. Again, these vary wildly between weapon types, from devastating gum tornadoes to long-range gum beams that can pass through walls. It's also worth noting that weapons have inherent abilities, ranging from temporary super armor after an Ippon to resetting the cooldown gauge for your special if you can avoid damage long enough. The only way to truly figure out which weapon class and type suits you is through experimentation, but even then aim to be as flexible and adaptable as you can. What might work best as a lone wolf in a battle royale might not be what's best for the group in a team battle. S energy, or Shinobi energy, is the power a ninja requires to perform critical moves, boost their abilities, and most importantly, craft big weapons. In a nod to MOBAs, your best move at the start of a round isn't to head straight for your rivals, but rather to track down drones and destroy them to boost your S energy capacity from its default 4 units up to a maximum of 10. If you're feeling particularly sneaky, it's possible to gum morph close to a drone, let a rival do all the hard work, and then steal the killer blow. The S energy bar sits just below your health, but you can also get a good idea of your status from the size of the bubble you blow when holding ZL. If you're at 6 units, your bubble will be bigger and your air dashes will be faster, and at 8 units and above, your bubble will be huge and you'll get a prompt to create a bigger weapon. Having more units also increases the number of dodges and gum dashes you can perform in succession, the former costing 1 unit and dashes costing 3. Also note that in team battle mode, green drones have an area of effect benefit, so any nearby teammates will also earn the same boost to their S energy meter. In short, aim to be the first to max out your S energy if you want to be the fastest, the deadliest, and wield the biggest weapon. Ultimately, Ninjala is a high score contest, so knowing how to stay top of the table is essential. Pretty much everything you do earns you points. At the lower end of the scoring spectrum, you can net a small amount by collecting the S energy orbs dotted around the arenas, but it's when you start landing hits that the points really rack up. A standard drone can net around 300 points if you land every hit, but the larger, tougher drones will earn you over 400 points. But swatting down defenseless drones will only take you so far. If you want to really start raking in the big figures, you'll have to master Ippon finishes. There's a few scenarios that result in an Ippon. The simplest way is to KO someone with a gum ninjutsu, but they're achievable in standard combat too. If you first bind an opponent in gum, either by hitting them with a gum shoot or crushing their gum guard with what's known as a gum break, then finish them with a combo, that also does the trick. You'll also get an opportunity if you win a parry. That's where two identical attacks meet and trigger a showdown that's akin to a rapid-fire game of stone, paper, scissors using the left stick. Try to remember that up beats down, down beats sideways, and sideways beats up. Win that, follow up with a KO-worthy combo, and you'll bag yourself an Ippon. If you both pick the same direction, you'll have to choose again until one of you wins out and earns a nice bonus in the process. It's also possible to trigger a parry by using an S burst while you're being comboed, but this takes up 5 units of S energy. One final crucial thing to be aware of is that the game tracks the number of drone takedowns and Ippons executed during a match and awards big bonus points to the best performers at the results screen. 500 for the top drone destroyer and 1000 for the Ippon master. That's enough to cause major last second upsets, so try not to slack on either front. The final element of building your ultimate gum-wielding ninja is Shinobi Cards. These are unlocked using the ninja medals you earn from online play, and grant a variety of enhancements such as the ability to absorb an opponent's energy, see the position of drones through walls, and sense when opponents are behind you. Cards must be allocated to a slot to be activated. You'll have one to begin with, but ninja medals can also be spent to open up a total of 4 slots. Shinobi cards also have a points cost, and there's a cost cap to prevent you from becoming OP, although that cap increases the more card slots you have open. Each card also has a set of 3 sub-skills called assist codes, which are both unlockable and upgradable with, you guessed it, ninja medals. It's important to note that Shinobi cards cannot be acquired using the purchasable currency Jala in order to avoid a pay-to-win scenario. Think of Shinobi cards as a means of either making your character even stronger at an aspect of combat you're already proficient in, or a solution to addressing a weakness in your skill set. With 4 slots opened up, you'll have an even greater opportunity to mix and match your optimal setup. Hopefully this short guide has armed you with the knowledge you need to get out there and show the world who's truly the world's mightiest ninja. And if you haven't got Ninjala yet, don't forget that it's exclusive to Nintendo Switch and is truly free to play. You don't even need a Nintendo Online subscription to join the fight.